So the kitchen must be down the corridor there, if what Paul said is true.
Znači idemo vam, go down to the corridor. Ok. Ajmo da vidimo. Imamo lupicu, znači možemo nešto da istražimo.
Interesting. Well, there's a TV right there with a DVD player. I don't think anyone will mind if I have a quick look at this.
Ajmo da vidimo zašto da ne naravno. Kad već imamo sve tu.
Freedom, true freedom, means freedom from many vices that society had traditionally believed to be virtues. Self-criticism, self-doubt, guilt. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not virtues. These are sins. Born of a fake morality implanted deep within our minds and collective consciousness by governments and religions through the ages, with the sole purpose of preventing the masses, stopping us from achieving the same success, happiness and freedom enjoyed by those at the very pinnacle of society. I'm going to show you that common morality is nothing more than the cynical creation of an elite desperate to stay in power. An elite hell-bent on preventing you from reaching your full potential by making you feel guilty for pursuing success. But the good news is that you can take back control. You can become the success you deserve to be. Atlas will give you a unique and powerful advantage. Life in all its technicolor glory can be yours. All that you have to do is to stay, embrace it, enjoy it, and learn to love your ambition. Welcome to Atlas.
Dobro, ovo je ta kao neka najava za tu njihovu film. Ok, ajmo ovako sad. Pošto smo to pogledali, sad kako ja mogu da ubacim DVD tu? Naš DVD. Može ovako, inventory, C to subscribe. Aha, to use item S. Nisam to vidio. Može, odlično. Ajmo da vidim. I zašto bi neko snimio kako krade novčanik ili džep? Zašto mi neko to snimio i stavio na DVD? Svašta.
Well, that was odd. Looked like someone pickpocketing, but why make a video of it?
Bukvalno, brate, to si ja isto pitao. Zašto bi to neko radio? Baš nema nikakve logike, ali dobro. Ajmo ovako. Ajmo ovamo desno.
Let yourself go. Feel your soul.
Šta je ovo jebate?
Lifting.
Bukvalno sekta, brate.
Then wait. For the moment to break free. Then break free. Excellent, Hannah.
Well,
Could you come back later, please?
what's going on here?
Please,
Sorry, Ryan, there's a few more questions I have to ask you yet, and time's ticking by. Leave. Okay.
Kao da je već pisao video dovoljno dobro, nema ves. Idemo dalje. Nek on završava tu neku svoju sesiju. Opa. Nešto smo našli ispred Atlasa, što je on izgubio. Dobro. Sad. Di ćemo sad? Ajmo ovako, Lodge. I idemo da pitamo Simona. Ne, pardon, ja sam po... Misklik. Ajmo ovako. Naravno ulazimo unutra i idemo da pitamo Simona.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Evo ovom CD-u da ga propitam.
Have you seen this before?
No. No, sorry.
Da, to je logično. Ne znam zašto bi on to morao da vidi. Mada, vidit ćemo.
What do you know about doll burning?
Not on the course. It's a ritual thing. It's getting rid of things that you don't need. Throw it into the fire.
And that's a good thing?
Well, yeah, it helps you getting rid of things you don't need, so you can move on and take control again.
So what are the masks for?
They're just to help you get into the right frame of mind. Just get you into the zone, you know, help with the trance.
A trance?
Yeah. It's like self-hypnosis. We do it on the course sometimes. It's just to help you get into the right frame of mind, you know.
So you hypnotize yourself? How do you do that?
Just stare into a mirror and chant something, you know, just say the same thing over and over again. Or you could just close your eyes and put yourself into a trance. Some people can do that.
And that's safe?
Well, yeah. Hypnosis doesn't work the way that most people think it does. You can't just be hypnotized if you don't want to be hypnotized. But you can learn to hypnotize yourself.
What did you say it was called? Auto-hypnosis?
Self-hypnosis, auto-hypnosis, same thing really.
Simon was a bit too quick to play down the role of auto-hypnosis on the course. I'll have to ask around about this.
Definitely treba, ali ajmo da možemo pitamo ključu i ovom ostalo. Ne može, ništa, ajmo ovako, idemo da posjetimo M.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Gdje je onaj disk? Ovome smo pitali, da, ajmo disk.
Have you seen this before?
No? I don't think so.
Logično. Ajmo pitamo Lutkicu.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning, I think it was something that they did on the course. Simon mentioned it.
Oh, they didn't do that when you were there?
No.
Dobro.
Do you know what auto-hypnosis is?
It's some type of self-hypnosis, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you ever tried it?
No, I haven't. But I think Kate was into it. She learned it from when she went to Atlas.
And what did she tell you about it?
Not a lot, really. I think it helped her. I think she used it as a sort of self-meditation.
Ok. Ništa specijalno,
That's all for the moment, thank you.
morat ćemo vidimo sa ovima drugima, naravno ovi drugi su baš zanimljive odgovorima. Za sada Simon je Lodge. Ništa specijalno, imamo ovako. Idemo ovako. Ako Brandon House.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
A, prvo ga pitamo o disku.
Seen this before?
The writing looks familiar, but no.
Dobro, ajmo ga pitamo lutkicu.
What can you tell me about doll burning at Atlas?
Not very much. It's one of Ryan's ideas. My son is under the illusion that he's a genius.
Dobro, ajmo ga pitamo ome.
Can you tell me more about the auto-hypnosis techniques used on the course?
We don't use hypnosis on the course.
Not at all.
Not anymore.
So, how was it used?
Hypnosis is probably the wrong word, Inspector. It's nothing to do with the trances or things like that. It was meant to force... to help students.
Did you force them?
You can't force anybody into being hypnotized. You have to want to be hypnotized. It's not something out of your control. You can't be hurt or damaged in any way by hypnosis.
So you've never put pressure on students to enter into hypnosis?
It would be impossible to do so.
Ovo je sve zanimljivi, iskreno. Mogu da ga pitam o ključu. Nemamo kod ništa, dobro. Nema da sam da to
Be back
izlazi.
later on, if that's okay.
Nije nam neke zanimljive odgovore dao. Ajmo ovako, go down. Idemo iza kuće. Opa, kakav lep autić. Jao, auto. Ali mogu da potrebim ključ, a? Ajmo. Ne mogu. A baš sam se ponadao da mogu. Ok, nema veze. Nebitno, ajmo ovako. Idemo na farmu. Imamo onog lika da, i ona mi je ostao sam iza njega i sad se setio za njega.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Ako da pitamo njega o CD-u prvo.
Seen this before?
No, what is it?
Do you recognize it?
No. Should I?
Dobro, ajmo ga pitamo o lutki.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning? What sort of doll burning?
It doesn't mean anything to you.
No. Should it?
No, that's okay.
To je isto pitanje, a uvek kao mi šta ne znam. Ajmo ga pitamo o
Ever heard of auto-hypnosis, James? Self-hypnosis.
Yeah.
And what do you know about it?
It's another name for scrying. Some people call it auto-hypnosis, I call it scrying.
Right. So you're saying scrying is just self-hypnosis?
Scrying? You can scry on anything. I don't use a mirror. I can scry watching the clouds. Maybe the water on a lake in the moonlight.
And when you're watching the water, what happens? You go into a trance?
You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go deeper and deeper. You swim around. Try not to go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you start drowning. Then you get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming, come to the surface again. Then you wake up and see the world as it really is. Like a journey to a place people talk about, but no one's ever seen. You're thinking about Kate, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
She bought a mirror. Sold her one last year.
Was she into using mirrors like that?
No idea. But she bought one.
Right.
Ok. Dobro, ništa to je to.
Probably be back later.
Zanimljivo smo saznali dosta čudnih stvari, ali opet, ajde. Ajmo ovako, idemo tamo. Idemo ovamo iza kuće. I dalje je auto tu, ne može ništa, ok. Da provjerimo za taj auto jer nekako mi on nisu dosta sumnjiv. Ništa, ajmo do papa da pitamo i nju vezano za te stvarčice. Ajmo ovako.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry. Ask Ryan.
No, sorry, ask Ryan. Ok.
What do you know about doll burning at Atlas?
Only that it's part of the course. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but I made dozens for him.
You made them?
Oh, Ryan can't make anything. He's practically dyspraxic.
Dobro. Okay.
Do you know anything about hypnosis used on the Atlas course?
Are you sure you mean hypnosis or the power of persuasion?
What's the difference?
Not a lot. But if you want someone to do something, it's usually easier to ask nicely.
Atlas used persuasion techniques.
Well, don't all businesses use it, Inspector? Ever heard of advertising?
Ok, ništa. To
That's it
hvala.
for the time being, thank you.
Thank you very much, kao što se kaže. Ajmo ovako. Idemo do njih dvoje. Ajmo do čika Simona.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
A šta sam teo, nemam ovdje ništa, znači ajmo ovako.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Ja ne znam da li sam ih pitao uopšte. Nema veze. Da pitao sam ih sve ovdje. Znači da nešto sam umislio da trebam ih pitam, nema veze. Ajmo već. My bad. Ajmo ovako. I ajmo ovako. Da vidimo naravno da li ima nešto nju. Nema ništa nju. Ok, idemo dalje kroz šumu. Op. What the fuck, yo?
The DVD! That's all they took. It must have been deliberate. Someone clearly wanted that back. Nice and helpful of them to leave a piece of evidence behind, though.
Ovo nisam očekivao isto. Ovo je čak i mene sad malo iznenadilo, dobro. Ovo da ga pitamo ovog matorog, ja mislim. Ili? Ne, idemo da provjerimo zapravo koliko šiša matorog, idemo da provjerimo da vidimo da li je auto tu i onda ćemo znati da li je on to bio ili neko od njegovih. Auto i dalje tu. Ne znam da li možemo ključ da upotrebamo sada. Okej. Ovo nisam očekivao da će raditi.
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
Dobro. Ovo iskreno nisam očekivao. Ajmo do Rebeke.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Pitamo gitara.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
He tries. He does keep wasting money on them, though. I think he believes if he buys the right one, he'll suddenly turn into Jimi Hendrix. Sad, really. I just let him play in his room. As long as he plays in there, I don't mind.
Dobro, pošteno. Ajmo da idemo ovoj kesi da je pitam.
Have you seen this before, anywhere?
Well, I know the shop. Costume shop just outside the village.
Ever used it?
Not personally, but I think Ryan might have.
Opa.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Pa, zanimljivo. Znači, Ryan ih koristi.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Ako.
Seen this? You know the shop?
Yeah, I know the shop. I hired something from them last year, I think.
This for a party, I assume.
Yeah, something like that.
Dobro, ajmo da pitamo gitara.
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
Not a whole lot. I know he brought a guitar to one of the groups once, at the end of one of the stages. That's the only time I've seen him with a guitar.
Dobro, ništa, ajmo ovako, idemo.
Okay, that's it for now.
A pitamo i Emo šta zna o tome. Ajde ovako.
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
I know he plays because he tried to buy one off me.
Do you play?
I used to. I used to be in a band, but I was a singer as well, so I got away with it.
Singer as well?
Yeah, I used to sing in a band every night. But sometimes it was in a pub, but usually at Rebecca's.
What was that called?
It was called Blackstone. And this guy from a record company once came to see us, and he said the band was rubbish, but that I was good. So after that, I don't think they liked me much, and then we broke up after college.
Can't hide talent.
Dobro. Pitamo Cassie.
Do you know the shop? Have you used it?
No, but I know where it is.
Dobro. Ajmo ovako. Pošto ja se sjećam za Blackstone, znači tu je nešto smo već pričali, a ne znam da li sam baš konkretno s njom, sam moram da pronađem. Mislim da je nešto o Liamu da nije znala, a Liam je inače bio u Blackstone-u. Koliko smo saznali kad smo pričali sa nekim da li to sa njom jest, da i ona rekla da ne zna Liama dobro, a Liam je bukvalno bio član tog benda, tako da ajmo da vidimo šta će ona kaže na to.
Aha. That band you sang in, Blackstone. Who else was in the band?
Just a few people from college.
Including Liam?
Yeah.
Why did you say you didn't know him?
No, it's not that. I just thought you meant that I didn't know about his suicide.
Did you?
No, I was away on holiday.
When he died?
Yeah, I only knew him through the band.
She definitely knows more than she's saying. She was in a band with Liam, but didn't know about his problem? I'm not sure I believe you, Emma.
Jest, laže i to teško laže, ali dobro, ne veze. Ali ovdje neko teško laže. Tako da... ništa. Idemo ovako sad. Trebali bi, nisam siguran, naravno. Trebali da idemo da ispitamo ovog matorog, tako da ajmo da vidimo šta će ovaj matori da kaže na sve to.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Da, mi ga nismo pitali ni o ovoj kesi, ni o ovim gitarama. Ajmo prvo da ga pitamo o gitarama.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
Ryan? Ryan couldn't get a tune out of a radio. He's tone deaf.
Okay, so he's never tried to go professional?
If he did try, it was never gonna happen.
Ok, čudno. Ajmo da pitamo za ovu kesu.
Have you seen this before?
No, I don't think so.
You don't recognize the shop?
No.
Is there someone else who works at Atlas? Someone who may have been there tonight?
No. There's a cleaner. Comes at strange times, but then he's a strange boy. Work experience.
As a cleaner?
Oh, we did try him in accounts, but it didn't work out.
Ajmo ovako. Što meni ovdje mi je nešto sumnjivo. Kao ne znam ništa o ovoj kesi. Ali... Nešto vezano s onom maskom. Samo sekund, ja mislim da beše tu. Evo je maska, znači... Da, ovdje je bio u prodavnici, a vama je rekao kao da nije, kao da nema pojma o tome.
Aha. Do you visit Monarch costumes a lot?
No, I used to go in there occasionally. Why?
But you do know the shop?
Yes, of course I do.
You see, Paul, I thought you said you didn't know where this bag was from.
Well, maybe I do.
This was used to put over my head, Paul, by a mugger. Would you like to tell me something?
Are you suggesting that I had something to do with your mugging?
Did you?
You really ask the most ridiculous questions. Of course I didn't.
So why did you lie about the shop?
Well, I didn't have anything to do with your mugging, Inspector, but I might know somebody who did.
Go on.
Did Ryan mention Jason to you, the cleaner? Unfortunately, Ryan at some point told Jason that the DVD mustn't be removed from the site. So when he saw you take it, he simply thought that he was doing us a favour by getting it back. He isn't exactly what you'd call one of Darwin's best examples.
So what's on the DVD that's so special?
All right, it was something I did myself, a little stunt I pulled to amuse the students.
What kind of stunt?
I pretended to steal from the students. I emphasize the word pretended. The students knew all about it afterwards. Everything was above board.
Steal from students? Why?
We were doing a piece about pushing the limit, so I decided I would show them how it was done. Oh, don't look so serious, Inspector. I returned everybody's things immediately afterwards. No harm done.
And when was this?
Last year sometime.
At Third Eye or Atlas?
Third Eye, I think.
And this was before or after Liam died?
Well, since you'll probably find out anyway, it happened to be on the night that Liam died, as it happens. Before you ask, no, I didn't steal from him.
Do you think it's a good idea to encourage students to steal, Paul?
I wasn't encouraging students to steal. Policemen are so literal. Life is shades of grey, Inspector. Much as the Force might like it, it doesn't divide neatly into blacks and whites. Now, if you don't mind, you'd have to excuse me for a moment. You know where the door is.
Ali ovaj matori lažljivac, ultra mega je sumnjiv. Znači, ovaj mator je ultra mega sumnjiv. Za sve laže, a na kraju je ovo što se desilo ovdje.
I see he was quick enough to claim he didn't steal from Liam. What kind of stunt was that anyway? And Liam dying later the same night? It's just all a bit too suspicious.
Je, vrlo suspicious. Ali dobro, ajmo kod ove da vidimo i nju malo da preispitamo. Ovako.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Smo nju pitali o... Yes. Ne možemo da, samo možemo da je pitamo o ovom čudu.
Did you know about Paul's money stealing at Atlas?
Are you talking about a particular incident or just in general?
It's something he did on the course. Stunt.
And what did he do exactly?
Oh, well, he pretended to steal from the students.
That doesn't ring a bell. Paul's stunts usually involve throwing fancy dress parties with scantily clad girls or women dressed as nurses. That's his usual fetish.
When was the last party he threw?
Sometime in the summer. I didn't stay long.
Šta bismo nju mogli da pitamo? Da vidim, samo sek. Ne znam. Ništa za sad.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Ajmo kod ovo dvoje sad. Nemam pojma što bi nju mogo da pitam, iskreno da bude. Tako da, ajmo prvo kod njih pa ćemo da vidimo.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. What do you know about Paul stealing money from students? Part of a stunt or something?
What, did he do that? I've never heard about anything like that. No, it might be part of the risk-taking thing, though.
Explain that.
Well, it's part of the course. You have to do something dangerous or risky, something you wouldn't normally do.
Something dangerous?
Well, not dangerous, just risky. Like saying something you wouldn't normally say to someone, or doing something unusual.
Like stealing from other students?
Well, we didn't do anything like that, but you have to tell everyone at the end of the course anyway. And you're not allowed to do anything that would hurt or offend anyone, or you're not allowed to do anything really bad. It's all pretend, really.
It seems a bit odd for a business course.
It works, though.
definitivno neko
That's
sranje.
all for the moment. Thank you.
Ajmo da vidimo i da pitamo nju šta ona isto kaže o tome. Kao. Se pretvara.
What do you
Ajde,
know
već.
about Paul Rand?
Paul the Slime.
You've obviously met him then.
Yes, I have.
What do you know about him committing a fake theft during one of the courses?
What, about him going through people's bags? Yeah, he tried that thing on me as well, weirdo.
So you were at Third Eye?
Yes. Yes, I went there for a few months after college and I left because I hated it. And I didn't know Atlas was the same thing. And I went with Simon.
Does Simon know that?
No. I didn't want to burst his bubble, so I didn't say anything.
So he doesn't know you went to Third Eye?
No.
Ah! So is that where you met Ryan as well?
Yep.
Right. What didn't you like about the course?
Well, it was stupid. They just made you do things to other people and be abusive just to prove that you could, and I absolutely hated it.
What sort of things?
Oh, just stupid things. Nasty things to prove that you could do it. It was about not feeling guilty. And it was horrible. That's why I left.
And is Simon doing all of this stuff now?
No, I think they had to stop because it was just getting ridiculous. I think somebody got arrested or something.
Very interesting.
Boga mi je veoma zanimljivo. Ali to što njen muž ništa ne zna i ovo je katastrofa. Sad idemo ovako. Šta bi mogli nju da pitamo? Tako, ona je rekla da kada je Paul pulled a stunt. Džema, okej, dobro. Sad idemo nešto ja mislim da sa Liamom je bilo tu. Ako sa Liamom je bilo tu nešto. Was on holiday the night Liam dead. Only knew Liam through the Blackstone. Aha, što vezano sa onim. Samo sekund da vidim. Ovdje nemamo ništa, ovdje ono nije ništa picture. Ja mislim da samo nešto možemo povežemo s ovim. Znači da je on bio holiday, ajde pravo.
Aha.
So, you witnessed Paul's money-stealing stunt, is that right?
Yes.
But you weren't there when Liam died.
No.
Don't quite understand that, you see, because Paul pulled the stunt on the same night. Liam died later that evening.
I must have got mixed up.
So you don't know anything about Liam's death, even though you were there on that night?
No.
Emma. I think you better explain, don't you?
Well, it was the stupid course, wasn't it?
Go on.
Well, we were all told to do stupid things and then that thieving thing happened and so...
Take a breath, Emma.
Liam killed himself because of me.
Why?
Liam had a birthmark on the side of his face. And no one would mention anything, even though we all knew it was there. And they all thought it was ugly. So I thought I'd say something and I even asked Paul if it was okay to say it.
What did he say?
He said he wouldn't mind. Then Liam killed himself. Liam's dead because of me.
Well, Emma, I'm quite sure you regret what you said, but I really don't think you caused Liam's death. There's always more to these things than meets the eye. It wasn't your fault.
We can't tell Simon, please.
Simon doesn't need to know. Don't worry.
Dobro.
Thank you.
Bojim mi se ovdje neke čudne stvari dešavaju. Ali idemo, 9 sati. Prošli smo 8 tako.
Poor Emma. I suppose it's possible that what she said led to Liam's death, but I really doubt it. I blame the Rands before I blame her.
Ok. Moramo da istražimo lepo, nećemo naravno odmah da napadamo Emu jer ko zna da li je ona uopšte kriva. Ovdje ovi za Atlasa su za sada najsumnjiviji, tako da moramo da vidimo šta se tu dešava, brate. Ovo imamo lupicu, nešto možemo da istražimo, ajde da imaš, sad ćemo da nađemo. Oha,
know why I never remember to buy one.
Ok, fenomenalno. Ajmo vamo desno, pošto smo tamo, sad možemo da istražimo ovdje nešto. Ako uopšte ima nečeg, naravno. Ja koliko vidim, nema ničeg, tako da izlazimo napolje. Uvijek treba proveravati te sobe, nekad se desi da ima nešto, tako da ono, ko će ga znati. Ajmo sad ovamo leva da vidimo.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Ajmo ovako, šta ćemo prvo da ga pitamo? Da ga pitamo ovoj lutkici prvo.
So tell me more about this doll burning.
It's a symbolic ceremony we perform every few weeks on the course.
What's it about?
It's about burning your old personality and finding a new one, a better one.
So the dolls are...
You. They represent you from the past. Each doll has a picture of the student as a child or a teenager, and they burn the doll and symbolically destroy their old personality. It's quite simple but effective, I find.
And why did that girl shout?
Because it's an emotional thing. She's quite clearly become very attached to her doll. They do spend the first month with them. We tell them to take the doll everywhere with them before they actually go through the doll burning.
And you believe that's a good thing? Destroying your past?
Of course it's a good thing, Inspector. We're all shackled to our past, particularly you by the sound of it. Perhaps we should make a doll of you, Inspector, and burn that. What do you think?
No, thank you.
You're probably right. I'm not sure it would do any good anyway.
Ma ti si zanimljiv dečko, veoma. Ajmo da ga pitamo o ovome, nismo ga pitali ništa.
Can you tell me about auto-hypnosis?
Now, what would you like to know?
Do you use it on the course?
We dip into it occasionally, but it's not a major feature of the course. I would say that, well, a minority of the students know how to use it, but the majority wouldn't know and have a clue.
It's not a requirement of the course.
No, not at all. We don't ask people to do things that they're not comfortable with. There's no bribery, no coercion. We're thinking about phasing auto-hypnosis out, actually.
What's the reason for that?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Inspector, it doesn't actually work very well.
Kao, ne radi dobro. Ajmo da ga pitamo za ovu kesu.
Do you know what this is?
Well, I think it's a bag. Is it a bag, Inspector?
The shop.
Oh, yes, the costume shop. Yes, we used to hire from them.
For the course?
Well, yes. For the course, at the end of each stage, we have a little party, and we ask students to dress up or try acting out being somebody new, their new selves, as it were.
Could you explain a bit more? New selves?
One of the main elements of the course is learning how to act, how to be whoever you need to be in any given situation. I think you'll agree, Inspector, that business is about being the right person in the right situation at the right time. What it does, it helps them to detach themselves, become somebody new, pretend, you know that kind of thing. It's surprising what a little bit of cross-dressing can do for you, Inspector. You should try it.
Not at this stage.
Dobro. Ajmo za gitaru.
I didn't realize you were a musician.
Oh, well, I'm not really a musician. I mean, I dabble a little bit. To be quite honest with you, I'm far more interested in collecting guitars.
You're not in a band?
Well, I did audition. I did audition a few years ago. When I say a few years ago, of course, I mean about 20 years ago. Doesn't time fly?
What band was that?
Oh, I can't remember. Something Stone. Aren't they all called something Stone? Hammerstone.
Opa.
That's it.
And you still collect?
I haven't bought a guitar for over a year. I feel I've moved on.
Dobro. Ovo je nešto novo. Ajmo da pitamo o ovome.
What do you know about your father's money-stealing stunt?
Oh. Well, yes, that was something that Dan decided to do as part of the shock aspect of the course.
But he went too far, you believe.
He usually does.
And do you think it did have anything to do with Liam's death?
No. Liam wasn't like that at all. I mean, that was just a simple, unfortunate coincidence. I mean, Liam had his own problems, but he didn't have any problems with the money shock stunt. No.
Dobro. Ajmo ovako, Emagil.
What do you know about Emma Bowman criticizing Liam before his suicide?
I was there. I witnessed it. Well, I know Emma blamed herself for his death.
Did she?
Well, she was upset and all of that, but I wouldn't blame her, Inspector. I really don't think she had anything to do with it at all.
You don't think?
Liam was a very confident person, very outgoing, very strong individual, or so it seemed. I mean, people are free to do what they like. Even something as irreversible as bumping themselves off. Sad though that is, of course.
Dobro. Ovo me red točno ne možemo niko da pitam. Sad, ajmo ovako, pošto meni tu nešto sumnjivo. Samo sekund, im što je mogu da vidimo. Za sad ništa. Ništa, ajmo dalje, idemo dalje. Nemam stvarno ideje o čemu bi mogli da pitam. Ajmo ovako, idemo, vraćamo se do puba. Od Rebeke. Pa idemo iza puba. Da vidimo da li tamo ima nešto nju. Pošto sad imamo torč, možemo da uđemo ovdje i da vidimo te mračne delove koje nismo mogli da vidimo kad smo prvi put ušli, tako da ajmo da proverimo sad to. Sad, ajmo ovako. Inventor, ne, map. Pardon, izvinjavam se, inventor i samo da nađemo sad to. Evo, red torch. Zašto? Aha, ok. Wrong button. Evo. Pogrešna dugmenci. Opa, našli smo neko pisance. Šta ima u pisance? Sličica auta. Ili? Da. Pa.
Well, and there's the mask symbol again. Looks like someone's been trying to make a point.
Mask symbol again. Dobro. Izlazimo napolje. Ovo je zanimljivo. Sad, šta ćemo sad da razmislimo? Mogli bi da odemo do puba da vidimo šta ona misli o tome. Pošto mi to sad jedino pada kao ideja na pamet, naravno. Ajmo ovako. Pa jedino možemo o tim slikama da pitam.
Have you ever seen these?
It's Ryan's car. It got vandalized last year. His camera had been stolen, so I took pictures. Whoever did it made a mess, didn't they?
But nobody was prosecuted for it.
Not that I remember. The insurance paid out, though.
Dobro, ništa specijalno. Ajmo dalje, idemo sad kod onog matorog. Da ga pitamo. On ovdje beše, sigurno sad ćemo da vidimo. Jeste da, Brandon House.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Ovdje ga ne možemo pitati. Zašto ga mi nikad nisu pitali? Ali taj prvo vidimo za kola, to me najviše interesuje. Posle moramo ga pitamo i ovom čudu.
Do you know what these are?
Yes, that's Ryan's car. Another toy he managed to ruin. It was vandalized sometime last year.
Do you know who did it?
I don't believe anybody was ever prosecuted for it.
Pa to znamo da nije niko prosecuted, ali zašto nije niko prosecuted je pitanje. Dobro, ništa, ajmo da pitamo za Emu. Emu ga nismo pitali uopšte. Ili imamo još nešto ga nismo pitali? Nema, ja mislim da samo to ostalo. Ajmo.
Do you think Emma's criticism of Liam on that last night led to his suicide?
I doubt it helped.
Did you encourage Emma to criticize him?
I didn't encourage Emma to do anything. I merely told her what we tell every student to do, to express themselves as they want to. It would be out of order to criticize them after that, wouldn't it? However, I didn't expect her to criticize his birthmark, if that's what it was. That's a decision she took herself.
So you didn't know her well?
No, not at all.
Dobro. Ajmo da vidimo. Pošto smo to pitali, šta sad bi mogli dalje? A ništa, idemo dalje. Izlazimo. Nemam pojma, nemam ideja šta bi mogao da ga tu pitam, ako uopšte i nešto ima sumnjivo. Ali mislim da nema ništa sumnjivo, svi odgovori su tu valjda manje više okej. Ili, samo sekund. Čekajte, ima nešto. Ja mislim da sam zaboravio. Vezano sa Emom, ovo mi je baš sumnjivo, jer on je nešto tu pričao i ranije. Ajmo ovako. Kao da ne zna Emu, a onda je opet iskomentaricao, samo sekund da to beš. Okej, znači ajmo ovako. Freedom Necklace. I on je rekao da je kupio Freedom Necklace od studenta, a to je inače njena i kao on nije znao. Ajmo da vidimo šta on misli. Šta on kaže sada o tome? Baš me zanima.
Aha.
You say you didn't know Emma, yet you bought her a freedom necklace.
I don't remember saying anything about buying Emma a necklace.
So you didn't buy her one? So you did buy her one. So that means you must have known her, and quite well too.
Stop making such a big thing about this, Inspector. Look, I've been around a few years. The clock is ticking. And I admit I have an embarrassing weakness for attractive women. It was a stupid mistake, but that's all it was.
So you're saying you tried it on with her?
No, I didn't try it on. I bought her a necklace. I'm not aware that there's a law against buying presents unless, of course, the Third Reich has been elected while I was at a bridge party. Emma was old enough to make decisions for herself. And as a matter of fact, she decided that she didn't want to be bothered with an old fool like me. So nothing happened, no mistakes, nobody got hurt. All right.
Like father, like son. No surprises there. I wonder how many students Paul has tried it on with.
Katastrofa. Ajmo ovako. Ovog matora imamo dosta pitanja, možemo da pitamo realno. Da je samo sekund, ne znam. Ništa izlazimo, ne znam šta bi mogo još da ga pitam. Ali ovaj mator je dosta sumnjiv, vidite izrazi lica, te face, ali na kraju će on ispasti da je on clean, evo vidjet ćete, znači to je uvek tako bilo. Ajmo ovako. Što imamo u inventoriju sve. Dobro, ništa od toga neće sad pomoći, ja mislim previše. Ajmo ovako, idemo do Atlasa. Ajmo unutra. Ajmo kod njega.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Ajmo ga pitamo vezano za sličice.
Do you know what these are?
Oh, yes, that's my old car. It was vandalized. I took those for the insurance company. Where did you find those?
At the pub. You know who did this?
Yes. A girl called Lisa Blint. She was on the course, very strange girl.
And why did she write the words devil worshippers all over your car?
Well, she was a very strange girl. She had a lot of psychological problems. I'm not entirely sure, Inspector. I mean, she took a dislike to the course for some particular reason. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And she asked for a refund. I declined. And she decided to spray her disapproval all over my car.
Odd thing to spray, isn't it, though? Devil worshippers?
Well, she was a very odd girl, Inspector. Maybe she thought it was a way of getting back at us. I have no idea.
Did Rebecca know about it?
Well, yes, she did, but I wasn't about to unleash Rebecca on her. She can be quite fierce sometimes, you know. And I mean, the girl wasn't vindictive. She had psychological problems. She lives in the village, actually. The run-down house at the end of the lane. Can't miss it.
Really? Right, thank you.
Ok, dobili smo novog ispitanika, ja mislim sad. Tako da, ajmo
Thank
da
you.
vidimo.
Probably be back later.
Znači, ako kaže da živi tu negdje dole na kraju. Sad ćemo da vidimo. Je li ovdje negdje? Ili sam se ja zajebam, nije, maš mislim da mora još dole da se ide. Može još dole da se ide. Na kraju
Could
ulici ide.
that be where Lisa lives? Run-down house at the end of the lane. That's what Ryan said, wasn't it?
Ajmo da vidimo, try all the house.
Is it Lisa?
Yes.
Inspector Jenks, I'm investigating an incident in the village. I wonder if I could ask you a few questions.
What sort of incident?
I'd rather come in and discuss it if that's all right with you. I promise I won't take long. Thank you. I'll just go in here, yes?
I have to go out in a minute.
Oh, look, I can come back later.
I might not be here. What did you want to ask?
I just wanted to ask you, did you know Kate Vine?
No.
Right. Well, I heard that you're familiar with Atlas, the life skills training company.
What do you want to know about Atlas?
Well, I heard you reacted badly to it.
Of course I reacted badly. So would anyone.
Now, why do you say that?
Because they're devil worshippers.
Devil worshippers.
They're making demons appear. They're tricking everybody. They're getting people to join up, then they're putting demons inside them. You can see them.
See who?
Demons.
What the fuck?
Where could you see them?
In the mirrors.
At Atlas.
Any mirror. You can't get rid of them. They stay inside you.
So, how did you get rid of them?
I didn't.
You still see them?
I just don't look. I put all the lights on.
What
Make
the
sure
fuck
it's
se
all
ovdje
bright.
dešava?
I put them on when I need to look in the mirror. If I make sure everything is bright, I just see myself without seeing the other person.
Who is the other person?
She's like me, but older. It's like her eyes sink in. She's all wrinkled, with a wrinkled mouth. Like she's dying. And then I realize I'm her. I'm not me anymore. I'm her.
Šta se ovdje dešava?
I'm sorry, I have to go now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ovdje. A nešto sumnjivo se i ovdje dešava. Baš takve reakcije, ali ajde, dobro.